Why is Jellyfish Fields like SpongeBob's go-to default like level 1 stage?
I don't know.
Why is it not like their neighborhood? Like the three houses next to each other?
So why is it not like in the Krusty Krab?
Yeah, that's like I would say the Krusty Krab and the road where SpongeBob, Squidward, and Patrick live are like the most iconic SpongeBob locations.
Yeah, I can see that happening for sure. Like, even off chance too. Like maybe by chance at like Sandy's place too, because sometimes the episodes start in there.
Yeah, Sandy's Dome would have been an interesting stage instead of fucking Glove World, which has like what 3 episodes dedicated to it.
What exactly was Glove World? I think I missed that. Was that there in the movie or is that?
Glove World just had a designated episode at one point. In one of the earlier seasons. I think it might have actually been season 1. And then they brought it up again in, like, season 5 or 6.
Huh.
And then they introduced Glove Universe in that same episode.
Oh my.
It's like the Disney World to the Disneyland in lore.
Glove World is the Disney of the SpongeBob universe.
Basically.
And Mr. Krabs is trying to like talk to the... What would the Mickey Mouse equivalent be of Glove World?
Glover for the Nintendo 64.
I can see that, yeah. Mr. Krabs talks to Glover, like, try to like share the business together so Krabs can find a way to earn more money.
Actually, I think the first episode where Glove World gets introduced is the same one where Rock Bottom happens for the first time.
Really?
I think Rock Bottom is the episode where they introduce Glove World.
Oh man, I need to catch up on some SpongeBob. Not gonna lie, just so like
I kind of want to rewatch the earlier seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, seasons 1 through 3 were like the gold mine.
That was the good, especially season 3. I think was like the really good shit.
I agree with you on that.
And then the movie came out, which was a bomb too. And then season 4 was, and then season 5 was, and then season 6 was.
Every season after the movie, up until recently, was like,
I think it actually took until like season 11 for them to recover.
Better again, yeah.
Shocking that they kept the show going for that long.
Well, like, SpongeBob became like Nickelodeon's like Mickey Mouse. Once it became popular for merchandising, they were like, "Oh shit, you know, we could make money off
the
this."
quality didn't matter. Kids still watched it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of like
The Loud House got very close to overtaking SpongeBob at one point, but then it also became progressively shit, just way faster.
That I did not know actually.
Loud House started off super strong with season 1 and got like a really dedicated fan base, but then it just progressively got worse and worse.
Oh, I see.
It didn't help that I think the creator turned out to be a pedo.
Yeah, just.
I'm not sure if it was. He was either a pedo or an abusive. I don't know. It's always one of the two with kids shows.
He was hanging around Dan Schneider for a little bit too long.
Yeah. Man, Nickelodeon can't catch a break. They can't have too many good shows. And when they have them, they cancel them.
Oh, I think the same thing happened to Disney Channel for a while too. They keep coming up with like, from what I hear, are good shows coming out, and then Disney's like, you know what? Nah, we're gonna can them. Like the DuckTales.
At the very least, DuckTales is really good.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's
they
like
kept.
Because like they moved, what they did with DuckTales was like they moved it down to like another like small, like another like one of the affiliate channels that like get less and less viewers because of cable reasons and whatnot.
Yeah.
And a lot of people consider that like the show was gonna end because of like Disney trying to like purposely like can the show, even though it's doing really super well. It's like
It's weird. Like the same thing. At the very least, Gravity Falls was allowed to air on Disney Channel while it lasted, and it told its story till the end.
Well, DuckTales was like one season on Disney Channel. Like, nope, you're going to Disney XD now. It's like,
It's weird.
Yeah.
Was Phineas and Ferb always on Disney Channel?
They had like a back and forth deal between like, from where I recall, they had like a back and forth between like Disney Channel and Disney XD. Like some of the new episodes will air early on Disney XD, but every episode will always rerun on like the Disney Channel.
That's a strange way to go about it. Well, at the very least, Phineas and Ferb aired a lot, which is good because people like that show, and that show is fucking fantastic.
It's phenomenal, yeah.
Another one I really want to rewatch, honestly. I should just ask one of my friends for their Disney Plus account.
I thought about the idea of just like getting a Disney Plus account because there were some shows that I wanted to watch, but
it's fucking Star Wars Visions, man. I want to watch that.
I kind of want to watch Mandalorian because all my coworkers are just like, yeah, you gotta watch it, it's super cool. And then I gotta watch it, it's like, oh, I don't have money.
Fuck. There's also that new Disney, like full-on Disney movie that came out exclusively on Disney Plus, which was apparently not good.
Oh, the Pixar movie, right?
I don't think it wasn't Pixar. I think it was Disney original. Fucking bold of you to assume that Pixar makes bad movies outside of Cars.
The Good Dinosaur was a bad movie.
The Good Dinosaur was okay. It wasn't terrible.
I would say compared to like their usual, what they put up beforehand, The Good Dinosaur was just like, eh. Maybe it's a hot take, but I remember not enjoying The Good Dinosaur all that much.
The Good Dinosaur and the Cars movies are like the only like stains on Pixar's repertoire.
A lot of people...
Maybe Monsters University, but even then I think that one has some merit to it.
See, wasn't Cars 3 like really good though?
In all fairness, if you come after Cars 2, you're bound to be considered really good.
I'm sorry, I missed half of what you said because you were muted the entire time.
Oh.
Because of network issues.
Oops. What I said was, to be fair with Cars 3, if you come after Cars 2, you're bound to be considered a masterpiece. Cars 2 is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's like,
Like, I like Cars 1. I think that movie is good.
Same. Like, Cars 1 was... I remember genuinely enjoying it when it first came out. Childhood friend of mine watched it together a couple times. It was good. It was good. We had a hoot and a holler about it.
Like, but with Cars 2, you can really tell that it was a John Lasseter wants merchandise money type of movie.
Yeah. They tried to canon like the whole like spy thing, and it did not work. Like, why?
It's dumb. It was so bad. What's your favorite Pixar movie?
Oh, favorite Pixar? That's a good question. I have to go back and remember. I think the last Pixar movie I genuinely watched on my own will was Toy Story 4 when that came out in theaters. Back when
Still haven't watched that.
Oh, you watched that?
I still haven't watched that.
Oh.
I really should. I love Toy Story, but still haven't watched it.
I watched it in theaters like the day I quit my job at the post office. It was just like...
Oh, what a way to celebrate.
Like, you know, this job at the post office, it's not for me, so I'm gonna watch Toy Story 4. It was an alright movie. I liked it for what it was.
Yeah, that seems to be the general consensus, that it was alright. Well, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't all that amazing either. Definitely wasn't Toy Story 3, which fucking murders your soul.
Oh my god, yes.
I've to this day only seen that movie once because I'm afraid of that movie.
I've only watched it once too, but not because I was afraid of it, but because it's just kind of like, I remember watching it with my family at one point, and we were all watching it. I think I just saw tears going down my dad's face at one point.
Oh.
He was genuinely invested at that. Should I even spoil it? The one scene when they go down the...
Well, I mean, I've watched it. I don't know about everyone else.
Okay, well, fuck it, spoiler warnings. But the moment when they hit the, they're going down the garbage chute and about to get boiled alive, almost at the very end. I wrote that almost made my dad tear up a little bit.
It's the ending that got to me. It didn't help that I watched, especially Toy Story 2, up and down. I love Toy Story 2. It's still my favorite in the franchise.
Same. Toy Story 2 is the greatest.
But Toy Story 2 has the advantage over Toy Story 3 of actually being rewatchable. Because it has emotional moments, but it doesn't fucking devastate me for a week.
It's like a subtle heartfelt moment, you know? Like, oh, this person's backstory is kind of sad, but it doesn't affect the entire tone of the movie.
Yeah, it's still really funny.
Yeah.
It's also, I think, the only one of these movies where Buzz doesn't have this weird reboot, like, I am actually a space ranger thing going on.
Didn't he have that, though, in, like, in 2, though?
he somewhat had it in the form of a second Buzz Lightyear toy joining the cast.
Oh yeah. Tim Allen had to do his voice acting roles twice as much as he usually did.
I think my favorite Pixar movie is still Monsters, Inc.
I don't remember much of Monsters, Inc. other than like them shredding down the doors with the little girl they threw in there at the very end.
They shredded the little girl. The thing with Monsters, Inc. is that it's to this day one of the most original movie ideas I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, that I agree. That's definitely true.
It's so funny. It's such a funny movie.
So I was about to make the same case for A Bug's Life, but then again, who remembers A Bug's Life?
I do not much care for A Bug's Life, gonna be honest.
Exactly, that's how much people remember remember A Bug's Life. They don't care for it.
I remember A Bug's Life. I like the villain. But that's kind of all I like about it.
Everything else about that movie was just like, eh.
It's like, yeah, that was a movie. Another one I actually really like. Fucking The Incredibles.
Oh, yeah, The Incredibles. Oh. Which
The
one? The first one or the
Incredibles
second
is
one?
super good. I still have not seen the second one. I heard it's worse, but not terrible.
I watched it in theaters, and there's like one scene in the movie that was alright, but the rest of it did not feel like an Incredibles movie. Like, Mr. Incredible did barely anything at all. Except for the beginning and maybe something towards the end. That was it.
Another one that I think this is my second favorite of the bunch. Fucking Ratatouille is so good.
Oh, Ratatouille.
Ratatouille is such a good movie. Like, everybody talked about that one scene with the critic, at least at some point, because it is that good.
Yeah, and that critic scene gets used in memes like constantly.
It's so good. It's such a good movie. It's it's so funny. It has a super strong message, likable characters. There's not much wrong with Ratatouille. It makes me fucking hungry.
My favorite sequence from that movie is when they're first when Ravi's first taking control of Linguini, how to cook or something like that.
Yeah, I like that one too. Up is another one I really like.
Now, is this after the first 10 minutes or just the first?
A lot of people say that the first 10 minutes is the only part worth watching about that movie, but I genuinely think the whole package is really good.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good overall story, the first 10 minutes
the first few minutes are the best part of the movie, don't get me wrong, but the rest is still really good.
I agree. Oh,
What's the name of the dog again? Is it Doug?
Yeah, it's Doug.
Yeah. Doug is one of the few purely comic relief characters I actually genuinely really like.
Have you I think on Disney Plus now they're doing a spin-off, a mini-series of Up with just Doug.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a weird idea, but alright.
But the sad thing about that was after I think it was after the first episode that came out, the guy who voiced the old man in Up died shortly after.
Oh, that sucks.
It is, yeah. I remember reading something about that, and my heart just kind of sank. Aw. Now those first 10 minutes are gonna have an even more sad meaning now.
Oh god, yeah. If I ever rewatched that, I would probably break down. I remember showing my sister Up. I was like, this is one of my favorite movies. I like this movie a lot. And she was like, okay, let's watch it. And then she fucking died in the first few minutes.
She saw the first 10 minutes and just walked out nope, not doing this again.
I was like... Me and my sister are very few, genuine, holy shit, we both love this viewing experiences of anything. Up is one of those. The only other ones where I can think of where we had these genuine we're both super into this moments were with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, yeah.
And Korra to some extent. And Durarara, weirdly enough.
Wait, Durarara. I feel what was Durarara again?
It was that anime series where Shizuo Heiwajima is from.
Oh,
and
okay.
Isaiah! It's one of my favorites still, if not just for the fact that me and my sister binged it together. We both loved that shit.
What was the last anime I watched that I watched with like other people involved? That wasn't like my sister, because like she's like the only person I watch anime with anymore nowadays.
The last anime I watched with somebody was Jujutsu Kaisen, but I didn't finish it yet.
Oh, what was that one about?
Hard to explain.
Well, we got time.
I don't.
You don't?
I can't. I genuinely can't explain. It's so hard to explain. It's best to go into it with having no expectations.
You know what? Fair enough. All right. I'll take your word for it.
But it's very good. It's a very good show.
And at some point, I need to restart or finish up the old Kino's journey, because I remember you and I got started like the first few episodes of it, and then we just kind of stopped halfway through.
Yeah. God, I should rewatch that for like the 11th time. It's still my favorite.
Same with JoJo's Part 3. We watched I remember you and I watched the first like 10 episodes, and then we just stopped. It's been like a year since we last watched it together.
I still have not finished Part 5.
Oh, that's right. Part 6 is coming up.
By the time I'm done with Part 5, Part 6 will already have started its English dub.
Oh, yeah. I think the only bit of JoJo content I've been keeping up recently was McLaurin's fan-made project he was doing with JoJo's.
It's interesting that the voice of Abakio is a major JoJo fan.
Wait, it's Abakio from Part 5? Or where's Abakio?
Abakio's Part 5.
Okay. I gotcha.
As evident by the fact that his name is very Italian.
Tokyo Revenger is good as well. What's Tokyo Revenger? I don't know what that is.
I haven't heard of that either. Well, I mean, I think I've heard the name, but I've no like visual in my mind of what that show is.
I gotcha.
I haven't watched any anime really as of late beyond the couple of episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen I watched.
The last anime I watched, it was with my sister. She was home for like her break in college, and she threw in a Spirited Away on the TV downstairs, and it was like 4 a.m. She just put this on, we all watched it together, and then my mom came in and watched it, my dad came in and watched it. He found it strange, but he liked the animation.
It is a strange movie.
It is strange, but it has a very unique charm to it. I love it a lot.
The last show as a whole that I watched was actually a Spectacular Spider-Man. I've been watching that.
Like the old one, or like the 90s Spider-Man, or like the 2007 one with Drake Bell and Spider-Man?
Well, no, neither of those. Spectacular Spider-Man is the name of the show. I don't remember what year that's from, but it's like in between the shows. Like,
oh, okay,
it's in between the 90s shows and Ultimate Spider-Man, which is the one with Drake Bell in it. And it's widely considered the best Spider-Man cartoon.
The one in between? The one you're talking about, or?
Yeah. Spectacular Spider-Man is generally considered the best Spider-Man cartoon, if not one of the best Marvel shows.
Yeah, I got some like catching up to do on shows and whatnot. I have not. I think the last show I watched was Squid Game.
I've not seen anything beyond the memes of that show.
Here's what I will say. The first 6 episodes are really good, and then it goes downhill real fast after that.
Seems to be a trend.
Netflix, I blame them. They have the opportunity to have actual good shows, and then they find a way to, nope, we're gonna throw this in here, and it's, yeah.